where, of course, Jacob Zuma's corruption case is back in the High Court. This in Pietermaritzburg. However, the former president will not be in court today. Judge Koen postponed the case in May. It was to give the president of the Supreme Court of Appeal to consider Zuma's reconsideration application. Now, he wanted lead prosecutor Billy Downer removed from the case, accusing him of bias. But eNCA reporter Pule-Letshwiti Jones is watching this case very closely and joins us now live from court for the very latest. Pule, good morning to you, colleague. What can you tell us about the latest developments? At least we know that the former president, Jacob Zuma, is not expected to make an appearance today.
Well, today is just to iron out administrative issues. Both legal teams will argue and try to see whether the 15th of August will be a feasible and quite a better day to actually commence with this trial matter. But we know that this has also been muddied by a litany of issues. When we look at how the former president's legal team decided to appeal an SCA ruling, Supreme Court of Appeal ruling, which then, of course, dismissed the application to try and have lead prosecutor Billy Downer recused from this matter. And that's still one outstanding matter that the Constitutional Court still needs to rule on to whether, the former president's application will be successful. And that's a challenge number one. But challenge number two as well that they've brought to this before the court as well includes, that application that the former president's legal team, certificate that they obtained from the National Prosecuting Authority to privately prosecute the prosecutor in this matter as well. So while those pending issues are still, or rather don't have any successful outcomes, what we're looking at is that this matter may be further postponed to perhaps maybe next year until some of these issues are actually ironed out by the High Court today.
Now, speaking of dates, we know that the 15th of August, Pule, was meant to be when trial starts. This after the SCA had dismissed the application that you were referring to, with which the president and his legal team had tried to pursue there.
The former president has had a lot of, challenges and raised a lot of claims and allegations around where he said that the prosecutor, of course, leaked some of his confidential medical information to the media, and therefore he believes him actually participating in this matter would actually be biased and contradicting what is supposed to be an impartial and, of course, a matter of integrity, and therefore using his legal team to, bulldoze some of these challenges. But, of course, we've also witnessed and seen how many experts have labeled this as just delay tactics to try and, of course, abscond himself from being held accountable. And one must also highlight that Judge Koen has also at some point expressed the frustrations in terms of having to actually get this matter underway and finally proceed to ensure that they can move on to trial, and therefore seeing that there is accountability. But this is one thing that the former president has seen to be showing in terms of not trying to actually via the route of this case eventually going for trial, and therefore using some of these ways of expressing himself to say that the case is already tainted according to himself if the prosecutor does continue to actually be in this matter. And I spoke to one legal analyst earlier on who said that despite the 30th of September having to be the date where the private prosecution for the prosecutor to commence, it does not mean that he's jeopardized in terms of participating in this proceeding, and that Billy Downer is still fit to continue in terms of prosecuting this matter. So those are just a group of challenges that still are following this court case here. And hopefully today we may get direction from the judge as to what is the next step forward, and as to whether the 15th of August will be feasible to continue with this matter, or it be further postponed pending the outcome of these matters.
All right, we'll have to wait and see, colleague, but we'll sure be coming back to you as soon as there are any other developments. Pule-Letshwiti Jones, eNCA reporter, for us in Pietermaritzburg.